Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the middleweight bout between Phil Hawes versus Kyle Daukaus. I almost got him mixed up with his older brother. Sorry about that, but one take, no edits. This Kyle Daukaus, not Chris Daukaus, but you know what it is. It happens. So Phil Hawes versus Kyle Daukaus, how I see this one going is I was starting to really think that Phil Hawes has made a turnaround. He has certainly improved and made himself a lot more well-rounded and made himself a lot better fighter. But again, it's still an issue. How good is his cardio? He was able to eke out a decision over Nasruddin Imavov just barely with some takedowns and control time. But really, when you look at the full sport of MMA, he really lost that fight to Imavov. I was happy because I picked him to win that fight, and he did win that fight. But when you really look at that fight, it was basically he just won off points. He didn't win He didn't win the fight. He won off points and by a slim margin off points. Takedown and control time. No, nothing really effective. Landed some big power shots, but never really had Imavov hurt, and just really won off power punches and control time. And even if you go off that stuff, the control time was not enough to mitigate what Imavov did with damage on the feet. Matter of fact, they were both throwing good shots, but Imavov was clearly outstriking, clearly landing the heavier shots, and clearly had Phil Hawes rocked. And Phil Hawes, really, all you could say counter to that was that he had some control time, which wasn't like he was on top of him for like 3 minutes of each round or 4 minutes of each round. Maybe 2 minutes of the first round and maybe like a minute or two of that last round. But either way, it is what it is. But to get to the point on this one right here, I feel like he could definitely use his wrestling in reverse, defend any grappling from Kyle Daukaus, and then look to load up and knock him out on the feet. But I feel like Daukaus has been working on the striking, and Daukaus, as far as if it does go to wrestling, I feel like he is going to force Phil Hawes to wrestle. And Daukaus, in those situations, he's going to be in to sum it up, in every single position in this fight, Daukaus is going to be making Phil Hawes work. He's going to be making him work to cover that distance. When they get in distance, he's going to be attacking with his own counters, be attempting submissions in the clinch at distance. When Phil Hawes starts to let off the gas, let off the pressure, he's going to start to pressure Phil Hawes. And really, at all points in this fight, Phil Hawes is going to be working it. He might. And to come to this one, I think I could definitely see Kyle Daukaus being able to take a shot or two from Phil Hawes. He's tough. He has never really been stopped. He only has one loss, and that was like a decision loss. So even though he has been dropped in the past and looked bad in the past on the feet, he does got hard. It might not be super granted or anything, but he could take a shot, get dropped, and power through and find ways to win. And I can see him making Phil Hawes have to fight a very hard fight over the course of 3 rounds. And I've been seeing him not being able to maintain that pace, that cardio issue coming up again. And Kyle Daukaus being able to take advantage of that later on in the fight, catch him in the 3rd round. Probably a close fight through 2. But Kyle Daukaus forcing him to work. And then in the 3rd round, Phil Hawes going back to his bread and butter, which is going to be a poor, recipe for disaster. And make some defensive flaws in his grappling, overextending himself on some takedown. And then in that exchange, Kyle Daukaus being able to latch on submission, take advantage of a fatigued Phil Hawes, and being able to tap him out in that 3rd round. So in this one, I have Kyle Daukaus via 3rd round submission.